Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Karim Baksh Abbasi, speaking for the students of ADE third semester. The title of the course is Teaching Literacy, and my today's topic is Oral Language Subsystem. In Oral Language Subsystem, we have to discuss about phonology, we have to discuss about morphology, we have to discuss about semantics, we have to discuss about syntax, and we are going to discuss about pragmatics. So what is phonology? Phonology is the discussion of sound system in a language. Basic unit of phonology is phoneme in a word. Phoneme is the smallest element of language in a word. Let me say one example, that the word bat, B-A-T, has three phonemes, ba and a sound and ta sound. Okay, let me take one more example. Word cat has three phonemes. Phoneme is the smallest element of sound in a word. But we should not confuse phonemes with letters. There can be more than 4 or 5 letters, but the number of phonemes can be limited one. Let me quote one example, that word chick, C-H-I-C-K. The word chick has 3 phonemes, but there are 5 letters in the word chick. Same is the example of the word pick, P-I-C-K. P-I-C-K. Pick has 3 phonemes, but it has 4 letters. So we should not confuse phonemes with letters. English has 45 phonemes and Urdu has 48 phonemes. Okay, for phoneme in Urdu are almost easy to identify. Okay, let me take one example, that if we say the word sham, it is represented by word sha. If we say the word share, it is represented by the word sha. But phoneme in English are quite difficult to identify. They are quite difficult to count. Our English teachers who are going to teach oral language subsystem to their students must be expert in counting and hearing the phonemes. If our teachers are themselves not expert in counting and hearing the phonemes, how will they teach phonemes to their students? Okay, I have already said that phonemes in Urdu are easy to know and identify compared to the phonemes in English. Why? Because phonemes in Urdu are represented by same letters. I have quoted one example of the word sher is represented by sha, and the word sham is represented by sha, and word jam is represented by j in Urdu. But phonemes in Urdu, English are difficult to identify. They are in English, phonemes are not all the time represented by same letters. Let me quote one example of English. Suppose the word mission, M-I-S-S-I-O-N. The word mission here, sh sound here is represented by double S. How the sh sound here is going to be changed? How different letters are going to represent the sh sound? Okay, I have quoted one example of the word mission. Mission is represented by sh sound here is represented by double S. Let me quote one other example. Ocean, O-C-E-A-N. Word ocean here is represented by the word sha here is represented by sea, ocean, and sea in ocean. Word she, okay, here sha sound is represented by sh. The first sh sound was represented by double S. Now I said that sh sound here is represented by sh. In ocean, sh sound is represented by c. In sugar, S-U-G-A-R, the word sh is represented by single s. Word station, S-T-A-T-I-O-N, here the word sh sound is represented by t. So you see that how English phonemes are represented by different letters. In this regard, phonemes in English are difficult to identify compared to Urdu. I have quoted example of the word sher and sham and jam. Okay, they are represented by almost same one letter. Sher is represented by Sh, and Shom is represented by Sh. But in English, the case is quite different. So our English teachers must be expert in counting and hearing the phoneme in word. If they are not teaching these sounds themselves, and they can't identify the sounds, and they can't separate the sounds, so they for teaching their youngsters, and they must put their students into practice to count phonemes in the word. When students are able to count phonemes in the word, they will definitely match those phonemes with the letters, and in this way they can read the words easily, and they can make their own words on the experiences of the knowledge of phonology. The other subsystem of oral language is morphology. Morphology is talks about the meaning of words in sentences. Okay, morpheme is the smallest element of meaning in a word. Suppose the word is unreasonable. So here morpheme is un, and reason, and able. So there are three morphemes in the word unreasonable. Un has meaning here, reason has meaning here, and able has meaning here. So unreasonable has three morphemes, because morpheme is the smallest element of meaning in a word. Same is the example of regular. Ir has meaning here, and regular has meaning here. Okay, and there are disconfident or misconception. The word miss has meaning and conception has meaning. So miss is one morpheme and conception is another meaning. So teacher must teach students about morphemes, so that when the word un and in and ir are dis or added in the beginning of the word, they must know what the meaning do they carry. Okay, so this is morphology. Morphology is the smallest element of meaning in a word. Okay, I quoted this example. Let me talk about subsystem of oral language is syntax. Syntax talks about the structure of words in a sentence. You see that structure in English is different from structure in Urdu or Sindhi. In English, I say, I read a book. I read a book. So the arrangement of words here is I as a subject and read as a verb. I read a book, and object is in the end. But in Urdu, ma Sindhi ma book padha tho. In Sindhi, arrangement is different. So when you are going to teach about the syntax of English and syntax of Urdu and Sindhi to your students, they will gain a lot of knowledge about the structure of a sentence, and they can speak easily when coming to know about the structure of structure in English like syntax. Let me talk about the semantics. Is a subsystem of oral language. Semantics talks about the meaning at a word level, meaning at a sentence level, and meaning at a paragraph or text level. Let me quote one example of the word confine. Okay, confine means to limitize somebody, to put somebody somewhere. If we use this word confine, that robbers were confined into prison, means they were imprisoned. Here confine meaning imprison, because I told you that semantic talks about the meaning at a word level, meaning at a sentence level, and meaning at a text level. So if I say he was confined to prison because of his robbery, so the word confine here means imprison. But I was confined to bed because of my bad health, or because I was ill. So here confined means I was restricted to bed, I was not able to go outside, I was not feeling well. So here confined has different meaning in the sentence compared to confine in a prison. So this is semantics. Semantics talks about the meaning at a word level, sentence level, and text level. Lost subsystem of language is pragmatic. Pragmatics talks about the social use of language. Okay, that what to be talked, who to when to be talked, and in what manner. Okay, this is pragmatic. It talks about the social use of language. Suppose a child goes to school, they have different language to speak with their teachers compared to when they come back to the home and they speak with their parents. Okay, or when same children go to the playground, they have different language to speak with their colleagues and friends compared to the language they speak at the home. So this is pragmatic. So I have spoken all the subsystem of language. I have spoken about phonology. I have spoken about morphology. I have spoken about semantics and syntax and pragmatics. These all things must be kept in mind when speaking the language and learning the language. If our teachers are well aware of all the subsystem of language, they can teach language brilliantly to their students. So hope my students understand the subsystem of language, oral language, and they will, when they read themselves, they will keep these things in mind, and our teachers who are going to teach their students, they will also keep these important points in mind while teaching their students. If you have any question, send me in written. I will respond all your questions. Please subscribe my channel for further videos. Go to my link and you will have many other videos. Thank you very much.